am Paula Labaredas, and here we are live at the Playboy Mansion, where Arthur C. Clarke is being honored for his continuous devotion in educating the public about space's possibility.
A lot of what we did was envisioned by Arthur C. Clarke, who we're all going to honor here tonight. Yeah. And so it's been, you know, quite an inspirational career for me. And now I'm head of the Astronaut Scholarship Foundation, which is trying to get new engineers and scientists interested in space technology.
That's great. Would you visit space again?
If they invited me, maybe not like a John Glenn, but I would go back. But there's a lot of young people who are more involved than I am in the program.
Did you expect we to be so involved in exploring space as we are today?
Well, sometimes we had a slow down, and but now we're speeding up again. But hopefully that we can continue our exploration with the International Space Station, which is coming up right now. And that's why we on the Astronaut Scholarship Foundation are trying to, inspire new talented young engineers and scientists to keep, completing their studies and getting to the space program.
But what we've been working with is what we call teleportation. We actually transmit people to be present in another part of the world without actually physically leaving where they are. And what you'll see tonight is Arthur C. Clarke appearing to be in this room with us, but he's going to be in Sri Lanka. So we have a crew in Sri Lanka with our company, Teleport Tech, who is ready to transmit him as a life-size image to appear within the room with us. And as you'll see it's not going to be on a screen. He'll actually be at the lectern where he's able to have that sense of presence of being in the room. And this is something which we've developed over the last couple of years. It's a new invention. It's one which has only been used in a few special occasions, and this is a wonderful occasion for this. And Sir Arthur has taken a tremendous interest in what we're doing because it fulfills some of what his dreams have been of being able to transmit from one part of the world to another. And when he did his first writing, with 1937, he actually wrote about the future as the way in which a person can be transmitted by wire. Now he's actually given us a copy of that signed because he thought what we're doing is so phenomenal. It's like his dream come true.
Here we are with Buzz Aldrin and his lovely wife. Now, Mr. Aldrin, tell me, how was your experience on the moon?
Once in a lifetime. To have an opportunity like that, how could a guy be so fortunate to come along and, be a jet fighter pilot and go to MIT and get a doctor's degree in orbital mechanics and then be asked to be part of the space program and to learn how to do spacewalking and show other astronauts the correct way to do that, because I was a scuba diver, and then be fortunate enough to be paired up with Neil Armstrong and Mike Collins in a wonderful threesome, and then we went to the moon in July 1969.
How about hotels in space? How long?
Of course. We need large volume, but we have to learn that doing it the way the space station has been done is not the way to do it. Skylab was launched with one launch, and a large volume was put up there, and even larger volume was thrown away, the empty fuel tanks of the second stage. So we have to learn how to, with one launch, in a heavy lift rocket, put up a big volume. And we'll need those hotels because the next generation orbiter will take 60 to 80 people up there.
Wow.
You want to go?
I don't know. Yeah, why not? It's once in a lifetime, right?
Ready to go? Yeah.
Exactly. How did you feel when your husband was up on the moon?
Well, she didn't know me then.
Oh, no.
I am the Last Wives Club.
Oh, how many?
Well, he had been a bachelor for quite a while when I met him. So it was a great romance, and we've been married 14 years now.
Oh, wow. How long is your stay here in the United States?
At that time, I think I was here for about 6 weeks.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Hi, here we are with Fred Clarke. Let me ask you a few questions, Mr. Clarke. And it's a pleasure to meet you, by the way.
Thank you.
Is it possible to live and expand life outside of Earth?
Possible to live outside of Earth? Well, if you see some of the conditions that people are living on in the North Pole, I'm in Rotary, and we sent a couple of young girls to near the North Pole. And when they came back with the photographs on which the conditions under which they're living, believe you me, the moon is a much more hospitable place. And Mars, where the future is going to be, is even far more hospitable. If we can find water there, that's the only thing really stopping us.
Dennis Tito and his lovely girlfriend Carmen. And Dennis, it's a pleasure to meet you, and you're the first civilian who ever traveled space. Tell me about your experience.
Well, it was just the greatest experience I've ever had. Much, much better than I thought it would be. I thought it would be difficult, I wouldn't be able to sleep, I'd be sick, and none of that happened. It was just wonderful being up in space.
A little boy, did you ever think that you were actually going to travel space?
Well, when I was a teenager, I became interested in space, and I watched Yuri Gagarin fly as first person, and always wanted to be there, but I never thought it would happen.
And it did. Dreams do come true.
That's right. It was a dream.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Do you have an interest in traveling space?
No, I'm going to live through Dennis's experience.
Okay, but if you had to live in space, what would be the one thing that you would miss from Earth?
Oh, that's a good question. The one thing I would miss from Earth, well, not having gone to space, I'm not sure what I would miss. Probably my family.
Well, it's a pleasure to interview one of the greatest filmmakers of history.
Where? I want to talk to him.
He's right here. You don't see a danger in human existence if we keep exploring space?
No, I think that certainly we need to stop thinking of Earth as our home and start thinking of the solar system as our home, because we're susceptible to the vagaries of the sun, we're susceptible to the vagaries of comets and asteroids which could impact the Earth. We have to start, it's like living in the house and never going into the backyard and saying I'm safe as long as I never go out into the backyard. We've got to take control of our property, essentially, for our own long-term survival.